Um, 2010, very few famine deaths. Right. World population at 7 billion. Yes. We've had some great increases in the amount of productivity of food. Yeah. Now the question is, how do we increase the population of nations? We encourage people to want to experience pregnancy. I would say lactation. Oh, I think women have mammary glands for a reason. Some women said, well, I just can't produce milk. And I'm thinking that it's not being approached the best way possible. I'm wanting to use a biochip to comb the mammary glands so as to open them up and cause lactation. Similar to that huge cervix orgasm where I'm using a little biochip right there. What if you found out that your breasts weren't, but they have mammary glands in there? I would think that there is some fertility or lactation consultants that once they did have the proof that you can use technology to open the mammary glands, it would help a lot of women to not be frustrated because of the use or have to use uh, formula. Could you, well, get me the formula, Similac. Now, I'm going to prove this, and then I'm sure there's lots of clinics that once they realize that there is no reason for a woman to not have her mammary glands work, and then of course when we decide together that we're no longer having any children, that could be 1 to 10 children, right? I pray, no, I pay for the breast implants to be there so that they can continue to volunteer to encourage those that are gestating and lactating. Now, it's not just volunteerism because I would think that if you experienced what it means to be a butterfly kiss, yes, you'll go from being the volunteer because of having the baby to being the employee in the office because of wanting to encourage the new butterfly kisses 5 years from now. To want to have the largest breast that you can have so that you have the most beautiful breast implants. And consider, ooh, you go from butterfly kiss, yes, conception, gestation, lactation, breast implant to actual employee in the office so that the new butterfly kiss knows how good it is. I plan on working for the next 15 years. Yes. I think there's some real reprogramming needing to be done. And in that time, if I have 10 to 15,000 children, I'd be very happy as a volunteer coach. No, the man who invented the future. Yes. Let's say that you were somewhat of a futurist, and you really did think that women did want to have that experience to volunteer in the office first while giving birth and during lactation until the breast implant. Then they wanted to be the employees in the office so that they could encourage those that were going to have the same experience that they had just had during the previous 5 years. Now, when I get done having babies, pooch, I'm somewhat of a revivalist and might have some political aspirations. Now, what is the actual policy of the White House? I know I'm only 48 years old, but somewhere in my early to mid 60s, I could run for office, could I? Now, is there somebody in the White House not liking the whole idea? A lot of eugenicists think that we have too many people, but my thought was if we continue to increase the world's population to around 14, 15 billion people, yes, when the end comes, we will all die together knowing we were here together. Yes. And until that day, we should keep making babies and keep consuming. Now, there are those that said, oh, I know China not changed their policy to the two-child policy. They learned some things over the last 25 years about just having one child. And I'm not one of these parents that says, well, I want to have a boy and I want to have a girl. I'm one of the parents that says, I want all those hormones in that little body while gestating so that you are as much a boy or a girl as possible after the time of your birth. Right.